Well, I like the games that have that part that before you get into the open world, it actually has a little section you play through that teaches you the game. None of that in Black Desert, man. It was like raw, right in there. As our boy Blood Axe would say, dry. Went in dry, man.
Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And let's get started.
Blood Axe is doing some man stuff. He's building fences.
Yeah, he's building fences. He was got some damage from the storm that went through on the coast. So.
Yep, he's out there in overalls. That's how Dicejunkies roll, man. Not me. I'm lazy as shit. I get a guy to do it, but Blood Axe is old school. He's like, fence. We'll put up a new fence, and I was like, I got a guy for that. But in my defense, I worked hard to get to the job where I could have a guy for that. Yeah, Before that, I was that guy. And hey, you know, that's him, man. He sees me out there. There was a time I was shoveling stuff into a ditch. Like, what was that? Just a year ago. You saw me in the backyard. I was ditch shoveling. So don't you think we're like that? No, ain't these millennial pussies. I'm out there shoveling myself. Like, what was it? That shit? I was shoveling some stuff to treat the water. Yeah, we had a water line bust and the sewage line, not on our end, on the city's end. And I'm out there with lime, personally shoving a lime in the ditch. So we do what the fuck we got to do.
All right. Nothing to do
with
the
the
show.
Geek stuff.
But
yeah, geek stuff. Let's talk about geek stuff now.
All right. Well, let's go to our first subject. We got James Gunn responding to a question about Peacemaker being a racist American hero. Basically, this is about... of course, the Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad movie came out, and they are now doing a spinoff with a Peacemaker TV series. And some people were calling him basically a nationalist, racist American hero.
I think they're already wrong with the hero part.
Yeah, well.
I'm almost sure he's a villain.
Well, no, he's supposed to be, he's more of an anti-hero most of the time, but in the comics, he's been both. He's been the hero and he's been a villain. Because of his strong sense of I was told I had to do this from the people above me. I'm going to go do it. Yeah, type of thing. Now, the funny thing about this is just...
How is he racist, though?
Yeah, well, it's just another sense of they basically tie in nationalism with racism, which is not
how. That isn't how that works.
It's not, especially for a character who, like I was saying before the show, I was like he unabashedly was following the orders of a black female that was above him,
without question,
unabashedly just.
It's almost as though he doesn't care about gender or race, but instead only following orders.
Killed a white man to succeed in his...
Everything I've heard about Peacemaker, he never shows any signs of seeing people at all by race or gender, only by, are you good for the country or bad for the country, and what are my orders? Which is the least racist you can be. It's like he sees everybody as an American. Oh, but wait, these weirdos hate America. So, and they don't know how to throw any other. I'm sorry I didn't call him a Nazi. He's an American nationalist Nazi. And he'd be like, wait, that doesn't go together. One, that's German. Okay, you don't know what Nazi means.
Not exactly sure how to pronounce this word.
You literally don't know. Because they made it up.
The definition of it is an attitude of belligerent nationalism.
You mean like every country in the world, like Germany and China?
And he does. He follows his orders,
And most of the Middle East. Pretty much everybody, almost everybody to some degree. But like there are major countries that are super jingoist, like.
But and here's the thing.
Mandatorily jingoist.
A lot of times there's things I don't agree with James Gunn on, but I will say, one of the things that made TV interesting to me was the growth of a character. And that's actually why he wanted to do this character, because this is a character who isn't clean. He isn't perfect. He's very, very flawed.
How is he racist?
Get off the racist thing. That was just some idiot that said he was racist. People throw that around like beads at Mardi Gras, man.
You're not a vegetarian. You're racist.
Yeah. But I mean, I did like what James Gunn came back with this and basically said, look, the character has a lot of room to grow. That's going to be fun. He's like, plus, he's so messed up that we can get more than one season out of his growth.
Yeah. The only place he doesn't have to grow is racism because he's not a racist, people. You don't even know what racist means? God damn, I want to buy a dictionary for these folks and just be like, you might want to look that word up. Know what it means. You want to say he's a nationalist? Sure. You want to say he's a jingoist? That's just being a nationalist. And honestly, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Oh, no. You're loyal to your country. That must be fucking terrible. I'm an American. Why do I have a problem with that?
Oh, and I guess this is a picture from the TV series with his crew.
Yes, which includes a diverse group of people.
Yeah. You got a black man, black woman, white dude,
nerd, and at least two of them are woman. Gay. Or of alternative sexuality. I forgot there's a lot of tags. They're in the group, but at least two of them are diverse and unique.
Oh.
Probably even a non-binary in there. Still don't really know what that means. Still working on that.
But, I mean, like I said, I watched Suicide Squad. I watched him in Suicide Squad. I don't recall him doing anything that would be considered racist. So,
I literally don't think there was a racist person in Suicide Squad at all. I don't think anybody was, despite being a group of villains.
Yeah. No, I don't think so, honestly.
Well, oddly enough, the Batman's Rogues Gallery doesn't really include that type. Even the villains of Gotham don't tend to tolerate that kind of attitude. They're kind of like, hey, man, we're all psychos. We don't have time for that kind of petty thinking.
Yeah.
The closest to racist is for a while the Penguin thought birds were better than people, and I guess that's racist.
Well, that's more speciesism. Is that,
yeah, you're
the
right.
word they're using for that now?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's amazing that they're all worried about him, but nobody had a problem with the mongoose that eats kids. Like, there's a character that eats children, and they're like, that guy loves America. He's the problem.
Who also manages to escape at the very end.
Escapes to eat more kids. But you know what? We need to do something to that Peacemaker. Why? Because he loves his country. Are you German? like what? Are you Russian? Maybe you're Russian. I meant German. I meant Russia. Damn it, I accuse a lot of stuff of Germany, but I meant Russia. Russia's jingoist. By mandatory.
Well, no, and I agree. He is jingoist.
Yeah, sorry, Germany. It's actually Russia that's jingoist.
But no, he is jingoistic. That is true. I mean, that was his character. Yeah.
There's a whole weird thing of like, if I had to rape every butt or something weird like that, and like something weirdly sexually creepy.
Calling him a jingoistic, racist American hero, there's only two words in there that are correct, and that's jingoistic and American.
Yeah.
Other
hero and racist are wrong.
The other half is wrong.
The Suicide Squad is not filled with heroes, buddy. But he listened to Amanda Waller. You know what a racist wouldn't have done? Any of that. You know what a sexist wouldn't have done? At least they didn't try to call him sexist. But I don't know where he got the racist. Oh, because he likes America, which means he must hate other races. I'm like, America's composed of everybody on the planet. In decent numbers. Like, there's no race that's not in this country.
Oh, goodness.
You could argue that some of the animals are citizens for all the damn privileges they get.
I'm tired of speaking on this. My biggest point of this was not the whole make fun of the person who said it was that
James Gunn actually stood up for it.
James Gunn actually did stand up for it and made something that makes me want to watch the show, because I do like to see character growth. I like to see a character that is flawed and learns, from those flaws.
Spawn, one of the greatest comic book series in the world, and dude literally went to hell, and he deserved it. He was a dick. Like, Al Simmons should have went to hell. like there's never any, the one thing you never go, why'd Al Simmons go to hell? You're like, nah, he should have went to hell.
I mean, honestly, I think it's why a lot of the female protagonists that they've done recently haven't turned out very well. It isn't the shoehorning of a female protagonist or anything like that.
As much as it
is that the characters tend to be flawless. They try to make the characters no room to grow.
Yeah.
And growth is an interesting thing.
We had a short talk, I thought it's about Invincible, and was it Rachel in there, the girlfriend who literally, like, I build schools in Africa and go to soup, and you're just like, oh, wow, you're amazing. then you actually get to know her character and see the things she does. You go like, wow, it's amazing. You tell us how great she is, but she's a bitch. Like every actual on-screen moment, she's a terrible person. She tries to cheat on him. Like she's a terrible person. But it's like they literally didn't realize that because they're just going like, look how smart our character is. Look how amazing she is. And then it's like, oh, no, she's, then when she actually opens her mouth, it's all like horrible. And you're just like, I don't think these people even realize how to make a character. Now, I think it would have been great if they played her as a flawed character, but they're playing her like there's nothing wrong with her, while it's clearly a lot wrong with her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do, but I think new stories. Here's my question. Since they decided they're going to try to bring in Mara Jade, but they already made it clear she's not with Luke, my theory is Mara Jade going to be a lesbian?